Welcome to Trendsetter Crypto TV. I'm your gracious host, Solo, where we take a look at crypto from an informative yet fun perspective, okay? And I hope everybody is doing fabulous on this Saturday. Guys, it's been a while since I've done a live stream, and I'm very glad to be back with you. Anytime, the crypto community is bullish, it's always good to make content. And I want to say first and foremost, for those who want to know where I've been, I'm always active on the Patreon. I've started a new series called the Daniel Files, where I take a look at more of a look, not just with crypto, but the global markets, including stocks and what happens geopolitically, also from a technological field, but in an unorthodox way, okay? So we look at it through a spiritual lens and try to see what really goes on between what's being said and then what's going on between the surface, okay? And also, guys, if you're a Patreon member, you can get exclusive access to the 10 best staking cryptocurrency PDF guide that I just came out with. I'm very proud of this because right now, a lot of people have been asking me, how do you make money in a bear market when, it's very unpredictable and a lot of coins are, just going down, right? And so with this PDF guide, basically I talk about how staking can earn you residual passive income, something that I've also talked about here publicly as well, okay? And for those who want to be in the know of crypto or don't even know how to begin and whatnot, we still have the Trendsetter Cryptocurrency course as well. This course has over 12 hours of content, how to research crypto, how to get into crypto, how to do tokenomics, meaning how to do the fundamentals to, understand liquidity, market cap, and etc. Okay, including bonus interviews with my mentor in crypto, as well as interviews also with a young crypto millionaire. Now, guys, let's get into this. So the Fear to Greed Index is at a 65. Now, this is a little bit lower from yesterday when it was at a 70, or even the day before when we were at a 71, okay? So there's a lot of bullish sentiment, and obviously we know that the reason why the Fear to Greed Index has increased, or for those who don't know, is because of the recent news that BlackRock is looking to get an ETF, okay? And by the way, I did make a video regarding what is an ETF for those who don't know, because I see a lot of people talking about it, but they don't even know that ETFs, stands for Exchange Traded Fund. And the fact that you have the biggest asset manager in the world, BlackRock, right, looking to get into that game is very exciting news, because that's going to bring in a lot of institutional money. That's going to be the catalyst to catapult Bitcoin from where we're at right now, 34,000, up to previous all-time high, up to 100,000, 125,000. And even in the future, when we're looking at a $250,000 Bitcoin, which can be very achievable in the very near future if you look at 2028 to 2030, okay? So for people who think, oh, it's too late, no, you're not too late. We're still super duper early. And even though right now these moves are being made, there's a lot of people still sleeping on the crypto market. I mean, right now, Bitcoin is at $34,000, right? And you look at the fact that, a lot of, the Bitcoin, first of all, the Bitcoin dominance is, last time I checked, it was at 50%. It could be different. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. XRP is at 54.7 cents. Solana had a good run the last couple weeks at $31.70. Don't sleep on ADA now, 29 cents. Dogecoin is about to be at 7 cents. Let's skip over to Sheba Inu. It's at 777. That's a good number, guys, right? 777. That's a good number. XLM is at 11 cents. So guys, there are slight reds, but it's nothing crazy. I mean, it's the weekend. You're not going to get crazy volume or trades happening on the weekends unless there's a whale or two that are trying to, create some interest. Okay. And whoops, what just happened to my computer? Okay, guys, bear with me as I'm having technical issues. Okay, so let's talk about, before we talk about meme coins, let's talk about more what's going on with the market. So obviously everybody's wondering, where are we headed from here, okay? And so in a post shared by CEO and founder of trading platform MN Trading, Michael Vanderpulp stated that crypto was fighting 34.7 as a resistance, and that if it were to break out from that level, then crypto token could rise as high as 37.38. Okay. And then of course 37 is a resistance as well. Then you go up to 40, etc. Okay. Now there are some people that think that, okay, well, we probably are going to go back down to 27,000, or we could finish the year at 40,000. And honestly, it really depends. I mean, we have a Fed meeting on November the 1st, I believe. Once again, there are a lot of other factors going into as well. Yes, we have the ETF news, but remember, we still have a situation, a global conflict over in Israel, which is something that I'm definitely praying about regarding Palestine. And then, of course, we also have a global conflict still in Russia, Ukraine, okay? And make no mistake, guys, I'm definitely paying attention to that. And so the reality is that, whatever happens at this point, I always say, look, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but it's always good to have a strategy in place regarding to whatever could happen. If Bitcoin goes up to 40,000, then I hope you have a strategy in place, because what's going to happen is then, we know meme coins are going to go crazy. And that's already happening with some meme coins, which I'm going to talk about, obviously, in this video. If Bitcoin decides to, retrace and we go down back to 28,000 or 27,000 or worse, Bitcoin decides to, act up and go lower, then I hope you have a strategy in place as well. There's nothing wrong with strategizing, because the person who's well prepared is nothing is going to shock or surprise you. Hey, L Selector, I see you in the chat. He says, what's goody, Trendsetter Crypto TV? Keep that content coming. Yes, sir. I certainly will. And I appreciate you commenting in the chat. It's always good to see people, on this side of YouTube, because quite frankly, a lot of people right now don't really care about crypto. It's, I'm not going to lie, guys. It's something that used to bother me, because this is the time now where people should care the most. Why? Because right now it's when it's the cheapest. I mean, 6 months from now, we're looking at a possible halving, right? And when Bitcoin 6 months from now, let's say, outside of some sort of a black swan event or something like that, Bitcoin goes up to 40, 50,000. Then you're going to hear people say, oh, I wish I would have bought. I mean, back in 2022, Bitcoin went down to about 20,000. Earlier this year, it was at 22,000. And once again, a lot of people don't care, And so the reality is, we know, for those that are watching, which is not many, we know that right now is the best time to be in the markets. Why? Because when the bull run happens and all of a sudden you have your auntie, your best friend, or the person that, you never thought would ask you about crypto is asking you to buy, how to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin is 90,000 or 100,000, you already going to be cashing out. And unfortunately, that's the name of the game. A lot of people don't care until FOMO hits. And this is one of the reasons why I show the Fear to Greed Index, because one thing that I've learned, and I'm going to show you guys this, is that remember when Dogecoin was running crazy? We can go back in history, right? And this is the beautiful parts about looking at charts and things like that. even though this is more of a sentimental and fundamental analysis, right? But still very valid. The fear to greed index during that time was 91. This was back in 2020 when Dogecoin was going crazy. It was 91, 89, 62. You know what that tells me? It tells me, guys, that when we have the fear to greed index, if it goes back up to the 90s, right, that means that you're going to have everyday normies that are interested in crypto. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. It's not financial advice. We're at 65 right now. If we were to go back to the 90s, you know what it tells me? Ape, yeah, exactly. It's time to take profits, okay? That's what it would tell me. So right now, whenever there's greed, right now the switch has hit to greed, right? You know what Warren Buffett always says, right? Be fearful when others become greedy, and be greedy when others become fearful. Now, I will say this. Everybody, there's a good amount of greed to have. Now, I'm not saying that greed is good. I'm just saying that if there's a small amount, you know, to be ambitious and whatnot, okay? But where it gets out of control is where all of a sudden, you are, let's say you're up 1,000% on a coin and you're not taking profit because you're still waiting for it to go up another 1,000%. That's why you have to be wise. Like I always say, have a strategy in place, have a plan, because when things all of a sudden start to go kaboom, right, skyrocket, that way you're not swayed by the emotions that'll happen in the market. Because make no mistake, guys, I've been paying attention. I've been in the cut. I'm seeing YouTubers come out with these crazy titles, $100,000 Bitcoin, 250,000, $1 million Bitcoin, right? And don't get me wrong, guys, I've done that as well in the past. I'm not going to cap. However, the reality is that you have to be able to keep your emotions in check. And then you have to understand that everything works in cycles, right? So when Dogecoin was going crazy, when during the bull market in 2021, when we were at 93, 95, 96 fear to greed indexes. Now let's fast forward a bit. You go down to June of 2021, it went down to 25. Let's fast forward a bit. You go down to June of 2022, we were at 11. And I was still making videos, mostly on Patreon, of course. When the fear to greed index, I remember it was at an 8 at one point. And at that point, a lot of people don't want to hear about Bitcoin or crypto, okay? But that's the best time, in my opinion, to pay attention. Now, some interesting news, guys. The Uber CEO has said that Uber will 100% definitely accept Bitcoin and crypto payments in the future. I just saw a news blurb where now Elon Musk is working to integrate a payment system into Twitter, formerly X.com, formerly known as Twitter, okay? What does that tell me? Once again, it tells me that mass adoption is inevitable, right? The more utility will come from crypto, the better that it will be for everybody, right? And guys, we know that unfortunately the CBDCs are coming, which in my opinion is the precursor to the mark of the beast. But that's something that I will not address on YouTube because, the YouTube henchmen, they don't like that type of talk. So I'll keep that for Patreon. But the CBDC system is coming. I do think, guys, that in the next 2 years that we will be more privy to more bank failures. And I've explained that in the recent Patreon video known as the Daniel Files, where once again, I will talk about more controversial things that people, that YouTube doesn't want me to talk about, okay? So talking about this real quick, let's go back to some more positive news here real quick. Web3 mobile games are coming according to Blockworks, right? Now, I do think that, the metaverse is something that I've been talking about since 2021. And Web3, I think, is going to be a game changer, not just in the crypto space, but you notice that Apple is coming out with their own augmented VR that is set to debut next year. Facebook also made a recent announcement that they're coming out with a second version of their Oculuses, okay? So I do think, guys, that everything is moving over digitally. It may not happen all overnight, but everything is starting to do so. When you look at the Web3 rollout that's happening and all these companies that are entering into Web3, and then also you're talking about tokenization, okay? So what is Web3? So Web3 is where now you are, it's not just where you're doing the internet, but now you have ownership. That's what I think it is. That's why you see the metaverse when, remember in 2021, people were buying all these real estate. People were buying NFTs and things of that sort. And by the way, I don't think NFTs are dead. I think NFTs are going to make a major comeback in the next bull run. So for those of you who are in NFTs, I have a couple NFTs, nothing crazy. But for those of you who are in NFTs, I don't think this is a, even if your NFTs are down 90, 95%, I don't think this is a time to panic or whatnot. I do think NFTs will make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? It's just all a matter of timing. Shout out to Enigma WPG. I see you in the building, bro. How you doing, sir? He says, I hope you make a mint in this bull run, brother Solo. You work hard in the space without the big sponsorships. Yeah. You know what? I still have my NFT collection. I forgot the name of it, but it's on Empire Token. It's on the Bnb chain. So let me know if you're interested. I'll post the link. Okay. So Web3 is coming, guys. And one of the things, the reason why I bring this up is because, we've been, there's been a lot of talk about AI, and I've talked about AI too a lot, particularly on Patreon. And for those who want to check out my AI channel, please post that in the link. Matter of fact, Enigma WPG, let me make you a moderator, man. I'm not sure why I need to make some people moderators. So, definitely I'm going to make Enigma PG a moderator. But guys, I think that AI, while there's been a lot of fear regarding AI, I think is going to be a catalyst for a lot of this new technology that we're going to be seeing in the future, such as Web 3.0 and things like that, right? Now, I do think that they're like anything, there'll be pros and cons to AI, but that's just what's going to happen. So don't sleep on the GameFi market or the metaverse market. That is something that, I'm still paying attention to. I think that as the technology continues to expand and increase in regards to being, more up to date and better, that more people will utilize it. But right now, as of this very moment, as I'm making this video, Web 3.0 still sounds like a far off galaxy, but we're closer than a lot of people think. Look at ChatGPT. They are now out with ChatGPT 4, which has the IQ of 155, I believe. And what will happen when ChatGPT 5 rolls out? So what I'm saying, in other words, is that the coding will continue to improve, graphics will continue to improve, because AI is going to help to cut a lot of that timing that it would take for that technology to scale, to increase rapidly. So it'll help it to increase exponentially even, okay? One of the things I've always said is, guys, in the next 10 years, the world that you know it in 2023 will be vastly different in 2033. And for those of you who are old enough, if you remember the world in 2013, nobody was talking about AI. There was no ChatGPT. Nobody was talking about Web3. There was no conversations about BlackRock coming into crypto, okay? 2033, the conversations will be a lot different, because I do think by that time, you will see a lot of adoption happening because of the improvement of the technology. Now, guys, some interesting news came out yesterday, and let me hit this water real quick. Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JP Morgan, is selling 1 million of his shares, okay? And now there was some concerns that he is selling because he's possibly retiring, or that he may know of possible, something going on in regards to bank failures, okay? Now, typically, guys, it's not uncommon for CEOs to sell their shares of, their stock. It's not uncommon. However, the reason why this is a red flag to me personally is that Jamie Dimon has never sold any of his stocks, period, ever. Okay. And he's been with JP Morgan since 2005. So you got to think, guys, he's been with this company for 20 years. He has never, almost 20 years as a CEO. Let me correct myself. And he's never sold any of his stock, but now he's doing so, which 1 million shares is equivalent to $140 million. Now, I saw the memes on Twitter. People are saying, oh, he's buying crypto. He's buying Bitcoin, right? Because he says that the reason for him selling the stock is to diversify funds as well as tax purposes. But I personally, and once again, this is just mere speculation. I personally believe that Jamie Dimon is selling because he knows that the banks are going to start failing in 2024, right? Now, which banks, I don't know. It could be JP Morgan. I'm not here to, say which banks, but I do think that we will see more bank failures happen. I think Jamie Dimon is privy to information that we're not privy to. And the fact of the matter is, remember, guys, okay, this guy has never, in the last 18 years that he's been CEO, never sold his stock, but now he decides to sell $140 million worth. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but for me, that raises a red flag. And so I do think that 2024 is going to be a tipping point. Now, talking about tipping points, interesting choice of words that I'm using. And once again, guys, forgive me for the, my internet. These internet demons have really been acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous how my computer just always freezes up when I go live. So please pray that, the airwaves are smooth for your boy. But the HSBC CEO warns of a global tipping point on debt. Now, for those who are not familiar with HSBC, this guy, his name is Noel Quinn. He is the CEO. Okay. Now, HSBC is considered by many the biggest bank in Europe. And what he said is, according to Quinn, the rate at which governments worldwide continue to borrow is unsustainable. A reckoning, he suggests, is inevitable, and economies could be hit hard. His warning, far from being an isolated view, aligns with the concerns voiced by other Wall Street bankers and global institutions such as IMF and World Bank about the health of the global economy. Okay, guys. So, guys, we know that the system is, they've been printing money. Brrr, 2020, brrr, 2021, brrr, the money printer go brrr, right? And the reality is that America's debt is astronomical, is at an all-time high, is at $33 trillion, okay? And how are we going to pay $33 trillion when all the banks right now, if I'm not mistaken, in America only have 20 trillion tops. And even then with the banks, it's not like the money is all, well, technically it is the bank's money because they say it's your money, but they can hold it if they want to. Let me read the chat. And once again, welcome to Trendsetter Crypto TV. L Selector says he wants more liquid. He's getting ready for the storm to come. Also, 2030 will be the next time new growth will occur in the new economy. You know what, L Selector, I do think that a storm is definitely coming. And I think that it'll be 2024. 2030, I'm not exactly sure about 2030 yet. I mean, it'll be interesting. I do think that the next bull run that'll happen will be a bull run that'll be unlike any in the history of humanity, right? These Zionist globalists, they call it the Great Reset, but in the prophetic community, they're calling it the Great Wealth Transfer. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I do think that when you have Jamie Dimon come out and he's, selling 1 million of his shares worth $140 million, then you have HSBC CEO come out and say that there's a global tipping point and that the system cannot continue to, it's not sustainable. I mean, these are red flags, guys. These are red flags. And so, when you look at this thing, and listen, guys, you guys know me. I'm not here to push a doom and gloom narrative, okay? But one thing that I always tell you guys is pay attention to what smart money is doing. Noel Quinn is smart money. Jamie Dimon is smart money. These are people that are running these large institutions. These are people that are able to trade, billions or hundreds of millions of dollars. And these are people that are also in position, Look at Jamie Dimon taking his money out, and then the HSBC Global CEO saying this, okay? Now, me personally, guys, the financial health isn't in the balance. Quinn's warning serves as a reminder that the time for action is now to prevent the tipping point from becoming a point of no return. My thing is this, guys, and I'm not here to delve into conspiracy theory, L Selector, but I think that these CEOs like Jamie Dimon and Noel Quinn know that this, quote, reckoning, as he calls it, is coming. And there are a lot of people that are not paying attention. And I understand. I mean, people are busy with lives, school, work, their children, but this is coming. And so when the banks fail and bank runs start to happen and you're not able to get money out, my thing is make sure you have enough food and water and everything, at your crib. I mean, gold just went up to $2,000 recently. This is the highest that gold has ever been, okay? Once again, guys, I'm not here to talk about conspiracies. And if I am bringing that up, I'm going to bring you guys evidence as to say, hey, why is gold and silver going up? We have a conflict in Israel, facts. We have a conflict in Russia, facts. There's a lot of pessimism when it comes to these whales, okay? Now, here's the thing. Remember what Warren Buffett said. When others become fearful, that's when you become greedy. So this is a time now where if you are smart, you position yourself to take advantage, okay? So I do think that a reckoning is coming. And when that reckoning does come, put yourself in a position where then you can take advantage of it. Whether you're buying stocks, right? Get some of your stocks, your favorite stocks for the low, whether you're buying gold or silver, or you're buying crypto, okay? Now, I know that some of you guys didn't come here for this. So we're going to talk about the main news, which is meme coins, okay? And before I talk about meme coins, guys, if you need to grab some water, if you need to hit the restroom, go ahead, and then let's talk about it. So let's talk about meme coins, right? So everybody is excited about Bitcoin going up, right? That is cool. But I know a lot of you guys are interested in meme coins. And let me know if you can see the screen, guys. I know some of you are watching through your phone. Nothing wrong with that. So Pepe, we know that Pepe had a phenomenal week last week, okay? And hold on, let me refresh this. And you guys know I'm not in Pepe, okay? But Pepe, I've noticed a trend. I'm still paying attention. Just because I'm not in Pepe, and some of you may be, I mean, hit one in the chat. If you're in Pepe, hit one in the chat. But one thing that I've noticed is that when Pepe goes crazy, the other Pepe, Pepinants, as I call them, Pepelites, right? They do well too. Pepe 2.0 did great. I'm looking at Pepe 4.0. I'm not looking to buy it, but I'm looking at Pepe 4.0. So Pepe had a great week. Flaky had a phenomenal week as well. And we're going to talk more about Flaky in a second. Baby Doge also had a great week, right? Harry Potter Obama, guys, please don't buy this coin. I hope none of you are buying any coin that's Harry Potter Obama. No. I'm sorry. But no, stay away from that coin, bro. Okay, Dogelon Mars too had a great week, although a lot of Dogelon Mars gains have been erased. It did go up 100% at one point, but looks like it's now at 14%, okay? Bonk, surprisingly, that's under the Solana chain. Remember Bonk that came out in 2022? Was crazy. That went up, okay? Kishu Inu, oh man, Kishu, I still have faith in you. I still have faith in Kishu. Hopefully Kishu can do its thing, okay? So guys, the question now is, when you look at Flaky, for example, why did Flaky go crazy, right? And some of you guys may be in Flaky. And shout out to RTB. Reg, what's going on, Reg? I see you, brother. You are still here. God bless you, bro. Hey, man, anytime I see Reg, I smile, man. Because listen, if Reg is in crypto, that lets me know that I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so let's get into it. But Flaky, now this is a coin that I haven't talked much about, but I have talked about it in the past, back in 2021. And it went up 140%. And now our meme coins like Doge, Pepe finally waking up, okay? So Flaky had been down for a while. And so Flaky is launching a staking and new tokenization platform to target the $16 trillion tokenization industry today, okay? So this is great. What does this tell me? Well, it tells me that now you have some meme coins, not just like Toki, but also Sheba Inu as well, right? That are working on utility. Utility meaning usage cases that can be just beyond something that is a cute looking meme coin. Because here's the thing, guys, for meme coins to have longevity, they're going to need utility, right? So what am I saying is that they're going to need to be more than just a cute dog coin or a cute frog coin or something. The coin will actually have to create an answer for a question or a problem, okay? So Flaky, I said Toki. Flaky had a very phenomenal week. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you guys. What Flaky did is what we were all hoping that Sheba Inu was going to do with Shibarium, right? And you know what, guys? I'm going to say something that some people may not like me to say, but I got to keep it real with y'all. I'm glad that Flaky came out with this. Why? Because now we need to, this will apply pressure to Sheba Inu to perform, for the Sheba devs to get off their butts and do something with Shibarium. I think that a lot of people, you guys know I'm still team Sheba all the way. Never, don't question that. I'm always team Sheba. Even if I don't talk about Shib, I'm team Sheba. I still believe that Sheba will go up to $2 one day, just like in the dream I had. I don't know if it'll be next year or 2 years from now or whenever, but I really do think Sheba Inu will one day hit $2, just like I saw in my dream, okay? Now, the tokenization industry is very important. And I do think that tokenization, where you have assets go digital, is going to be very important, right, in the future. Because remember, like I was just talking about, 5-10 minutes ago about Web 3.0, it's going to be a lot of things is going to be where you have sovereignty. There will be a time, guys, in human history where having assets, digital assets or tokenized assets, will be more of a flex than real assets. I know that sounds crazy, but I do think that there will be a time, maybe 20, 30 years from now, when we live in the dystopian Ready Player One era, where it'll be more of a flex to own Air Jordans on the blockchain that it'll be to own real Air Jordans. I know for us, that may be inconceivable right now, But if you were to ask somebody 20 years ago that there'll be a thing called Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, digital assets, that'll become popular and that'll be utilized for currency, among other things, they would have thought that you were crazy too. Remember, guys, for a lot of this stuff that I like to talk about, yes, it's very speculative. And yes, some people might say it's also futuristic. But the reality is, guys, it's the people like yourself that think unorthodoxly. Those are the people that are able to understand what will happen in the future. And then you're able to capitalize off of it, right? So while everybody else is scrambling, you're already ahead of the curve. This is why I call the channel Trendsetter Crypto TV. Not because it's cool, but as a trendsetter, you already see the trends happening before they happen, okay? So Floki had a phenomenal week for the meme coins. And so then the question that I know everybody's wondering is, will there be a meme coin winter? And you know what, guys? History has shown us that whenever Bitcoin reaches its, top, or when it starts to retrace, then the money goes into what? Altcoins. Exactly. So the reality is, though, is that I don't think that meme coins are dead. I mean, they just had a phenomenal week, and there's meme coins are still very popular. You look at Pepe right now, look at Floki, Dogelon Mars. They all had great weeks. Okay. So I woke up today and I'm looking at the meme coins that I'm in, and I noticed, hey, remember Bnb Tiger? That is up 36% today, okay? So anytime I see that, I'm like, okay, that is dope, because Bnb Tiger was a coin that, guys, was doing very well earlier this year, okay? And there were a lot of good words regarding Bnb Tiger. So it's up 36%. Now, guys, there is a fake version. You want to make sure that, not financial advice, but there's another Bnb Tiger that just came out. And this is the copycat, okay? So that's not the original one, guys. You want to make sure that, somebody copied this and made the Bnb Tiger. And this is one of the things about crypto that, I got to be honest, I dislike when you have somebody taking advantage of something. So with the original Bnb Tiger, we know that this came out months ago, okay? So I know that the copycat came out, but I'm looking at the OG Bnb Tiger. And I don't know, guys, how this will resolve itself, because the OG Bnb Tiger, that is up 35%, that's the Bnb Tiger that I'm looking at. But then I know that if people look at DEX tools, you look at this Bnb Tiger, the new one, that just came out of nowhere, and it's already at a $13 million market cap. But, guys, in the crypto market, I'm going to tell you guys something that you guys may already know. When people, Reg, if you look at this, right, you see a lot of zeros, but people are smarter now in 2023. They see the zeros. Okay, that's cool. But a lot of people also look at the market cap and the liquidity and the holders. So you might think to yourself, oh, it's already at 13 million. Now, 13 million ain't really nothing crazy. However, we're in a bear market right now where, 13 million is pretty much topped out. I mean, this is not a bull market. If it was a bull market, 13 million would still be relatively early, and long term it is. I'm not going to disagree. But in a bull market, you're looking at 100 million minimum. With some of the meme coins, remember, the Satamas, the Kishu Inus, they did $500 million in market cap, okay? So when you look at that, an investor that may be above beginner level, they look at 13 million and they're like, that's a little too high. But then they may look at the other Bnb Tiger Inu, the original. And remember, guys, this is the original that I'm looking at, not the carbon copycat that just came out. This is at 3 million. But look at the holders. It's nearly the same, right? The liquidity is lower. So the reality, guys, is I'm still sticking with the OG version. And the OG version has more zeros. So, and you know what, guys? Matter of fact, I'm about to buy some now, and I'm not financial advice, but I think that this is a good indicator And I don't know, like I said, with the copycat version, I don't know if that's done maliciously or just whatever by mistake or if the whatnot. But I'm definitely, like I said, paying attention to both versions, but I'm still in the OG version, okay? And then, guys, another token that I wanted to talk about really quickly that is also going back up is the Sanctuary token. And now this is a token, guys, that I've talked about before. Once again, not financial advice. That is dealing with trafficked children and also charity, right? The market cap is still relatively low. I started to talk about this coin on Patreon when it was at about a $34,000 market cap. It went up to $500,000 and then it retraced. Now it's at 141. So I'm definitely still paying attention to that, okay? I think a lot of these coins, guys, when you look at coins like these are more like long-term holds, right? And I think that in the next bull run, if you're positioned in some of these coins, that's when you're going to see those crazy numbers, you know, the 100%, 1000%, you know, when people are scrambling, looking to get into a meme coin of sorts, okay? Now, also, guys, WikiCat had a great week as well, or had a great day. It went up 70% at one point. You know what I'm saying? The market cap too. Remember, guys, how quickly we forget. WikiCat went up to a $30 million market cap earlier this year. It's at a $2.7 million market cap, okay? So yeah, guys, I do think that right now, when it comes to altcoins and whatnot, as long as Bitcoin is still dominant, I mean, altcoins are going to, you know, maybe move up here and there. But until the Bitcoin dominance falls off a bit, then, you know, the money will then flow into altcoins and, you know, meme coins. Okay. And so, guys, my main thing is this, and I'm not, once again, not financial advice, but my main catalyst to altcoin or dog season is always going to be Dogecoin. Why do I say that? Because Dogecoin, whether you like Doge or not, Dogecoin is the trendsetter when it comes to meme coins. So whenever I know it's dog season or meme coin season is because Dogecoin is the one to set it off. So right now, Doge has been relatively quiet, even though Doge had a decent week. But when I start to see Doge go up 100% or even more, that lets me know, okay, what does that mean? Well, we know historically, guys, right? Having already shown the data numerous times, for those who haven't, watched my older video as well as the Patreon videos. But whenever Dogecoin runs, what happens? Sheba Inu runs in tandem with Doge, okay? So when those two coins run, then what happens? Once they're done running, it's the micro caps that start to run. So it's going to be other coins, dog coins that tend to run, okay? So guys, Doge right now is sleeping, but make no mistake, if Dogecoin starts to have like a run up to, you know, 12 cents, 13 cents, then that lets me know, okay, meme coin season is official, because Dogecoin, in my opinion, is the trendsetter of the meme coins. And so wherever Doge goes, that's where a lot of meme coins are going to go. Now, that's not to say that other meme coins aren't going to do their thing, but when Dogecoin has its run, it's a signal to me personally that this is now we're in meme coin season or doggy season, etc. Okay. So right now, Dogecoin is, like I said, is sleeping. But when it wakes up, and with Dogecoin, we know all it takes is a day for Doge to wake up. It doesn't take much. Okay. So guys, you know, right now we're in a position right now where I do think that, you know, we could have a dog meme coin season at the end of November, going into the Christmas holidays, and that might end somewhere in January, or who knows? I don't know when. However, guys, with November coming through, I don't know exactly what is going to happen. As I've mentioned in numerous videos, I'm still very bearish, because anytime you see Bitcoin just go up the way that it did last week, right? Where it just shoots up, then it makes you wonder, okay, is that a bull trap? Meaning that the bears are trying to trap the bulls, right? So the reality, guys, is that I'm playing it on a day-to-day basis, because I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, guys, we're going to 50,000 by the end of the year. No, I'm not going to say that. I think that there's too much going on to be that optimistic, but I don't want to be a pessimist and say nothing that couldn't happen, because right now, one of the things that, I didn't foresee coming is the BlackRock ETF news. Now, let's say that gets approved. If BlackRock gets approved, guys, in November or December, the inflows of money, they're talking anywhere from 300 to 600 billion, but that'll primarily be, though, in BTC, right? Now, personally, I don't know if BlackRock and the other companies or institutions will be approved for an ETF this soon, but we did see the ticker symbol on the DTC website, right? Was it DTCC website? So that was very interesting for me to see. However, I think that if BlackRock does get approved for an ETF, okay, let's talk about that for a second. If BlackRock does get approved for an ETF, I think that's gonna catapult the market and it's gonna rally the market. Okay. Now the question is, will that happen? Yes, it will. I mean, we know that BlackRock and other companies could be approved for an ETF, but the question is when. Okay, and guys, I'm not really sitting here twiddling my thumbs, but the reality is the fact that they're talking about anywhere from 300 to 600 billion could flow into Bitcoin, right after the ETF is approved, is huge. Okay, and this is and once again, guys, people are wondering, where am I getting these numbers from? This is according to the CEO of Morgan Creek Capital. He said that. Okay, so once again, guys, smart money is talking. I pay attention, and I factor that all in. Okay, I factor that all in. Anyway, guys, are there any questions? Anybody have any questions or want me to look at a coin? Let me know. And it doesn't have to be a meme coin or anything, but anybody have a question or anything you want to say, let me know. Red says, damn right. And you know what? Like I said, I mean, if it is a bearish scenario and we do go to the downside, that is great too, because if you feel like you missed out, then you can stock up on more coins, right? So it's a good scenario. If you've been dollar cost averaging, DCAing, then you should be in a position where you're good. But if you feel like, I didn't really dollar cost average that much, then I don't think that if we do go back down, which I think we will go back down, I think, because I think the first week of November will be an indicator of if we're going down. If we do go down, it'll probably be the first week of November because of the Fed meeting and things like that. You feel me? What do you think about XYO? Okay, let's take a look at that. I've heard of XYO. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's take a look at that. I have heard about it. I haven't done my research on that, but I have heard about it. So let's take a quick look at XYO. Okay. Okay, so it's at nearly a $45 million market cap. It's at 0.003. Okay. Interesting. 1 second here. Now, guys, the website I'm using, for those who are wondering, this is coinmarketcap.com. This is also a great website if you want to, look at analytics and do some quick research too. Okay, so XYO. Okay, so the about section here is dry. Let's go to Live Coin Watch, excuse me, and look at XYO. Maybe it'll have more information. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions about any coins or anything else you want me to talk about, just type it in the chat. Guys, I promise I will get to it. I will get to it, I promise, okay? Because I haven't been on here in a minute. So, I want to chop it up. So XYO token is for the XY Oracle used to calculate smart contract agreements for the XYO protocol. XYO is an Internet of Things, okay? Blockchain company using network devices to anonymously collect and validate geospatial data or data with geographic component. Validity of geospatial data is a key part of the network protocol and a major benefit offered by XYO network, okay? All right. So then let me take a quick look at here, the charts, okay? So it looks like XYO has been pretty consistent, right? Since looking at here from 2021 to now, okay? So, it had a nice pump, obviously, in the bull run. Everything had a nice pump. Let's take a look at the last 90 days. Okay, so it had a pump earlier this month, and it looks like it's on the up and up. Okay, the total supply is not bad at all. I mean, it's at a little under 14 billion for total supply. Let's take a look at the white paper. Let's see what the white paper is about. And yeah, guys, so what I'm doing, this is just like, obviously, guys, I'm not going to read all 20 pages, but when I'm doing my research, guys, this is just part of the process that I'm showing you. Obviously, I'm doing an abridged version because I'm on a live stream, so I'm not trying to bore you guys, but there's been white papers, guys, that have been, 20 pages. Yeah, I've read all pages. I at least scan it minimum. But like I said, I always recommend reading the white paper because why? It helps you to understand what the project is about. Okay, so it's an abstraction that enables layered location verifying across many device classes and protocols. At its core, set of novel cryptographic mechanisms known as proof of origin, bound and witness that tie together the power of blockchain and real-world data collection into a system with direct application today. Okay. So it deals with smart contracts. And one of the things too, guys, is so, when you look at a white paper, right? And I know, let's keep it real. Most people are not going to read the whole white paper because there's a lot of technical jargons in a white paper, right? The main thing that you should take away from a white paper, right? Even if you don't read the whole thing, although it's preferred, let's be honest. But number one, you should understand what it is that the cryptocurrency is trying to accomplish as a goal. That's the main thing. You should know what it does. What problem is it trying to solve? Okay. So, and then another thing that I look for in a white paper is I like to see if the team is mentioned. And in this white paper, the team isn't mentioned. Why is that important? I mean, I know with a lot of meme coins, you're not going to get that. Excuse me. However, if you're looking at a project, right, like XYO Network is ranked 313 on lifecoinwatch.com, which is very good, right? If you're looking at a project that is not a meme coin project, because let's be real, with meme coins, the barrier to qualification is a lot lower. Let's just be honest, okay? Okay, so Ari Taru is the founder. Okay, let's see if I can find a website for this here. Let's see. Let's go on the website because I like to look at the websites. Okay. And once again, guys, this is just an abridged version. Okay. So yeah, so a lot of people say, well, why should the barrier for meme coins be lower? Because with meme coins, a lot of the teams, let's be honest, with meme coins, a lot of the teams, they're not going to show you who they are because they want to remain anonymous. Now, if they remain anonymous, it's because they're trying to continue in regards to the legacy of Satoshi. But also, let's keep it real too. I'm not gonna be disingenuous. You have certain meme coin people or creators that are there to scam and rug pull. That's the unfortunate part. So with meme coins, unfortunately, it's one of those things where if it's anonymous, it's more based on trust. But unfortunately, you have a lot of bad characters in the meme coin sector that abuse it. Not all, obviously, okay? So another thing is then going on the website, then you can go on the roadmap. And the roadmap, guys, is also something I like to look at, right? Usually you'll see that in the white paper, sometimes not. But the roadmap will tell you if they're keeping in line of what they're trying to do with the project. Right now in a bear market, it's the perfect time. What do I always say in a bear market? It's the perfect time to learn, right? To do research. If a project is very serious, then they're going to keep working on the roadmap, okay? So if the project is not serious, then you can tell because then they're not doing things on the roadmap. And there's been some projects that, I understand they've been delayed, but the reality is if you want your project to succeed in the next bull run, right now is the time to build on it, okay? So then here we look at the timeline. Okay, I like this outlook here, 2023. So right now we're what? We're in Q4, right? So rate my NFT Ethereum compatible XYO witness mini D apps. Okay, so they have a D app. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Rate my NFT. Okay, interesting. What is the rate my NFT about? Let's take a look at that. Okay. So yeah, guys. So when people ask me like, how do I do my research? This is a little, like I said, this is just an abridged version of it. Okay. This is not like I said, I'm not doing the whole full scope here. This is just a quick version because I want to show you guys what the things that I look for. Okay. All right. So then you can looks like you can connect your MetaMask to that. Okay. And see, here's the thing, guys. With meme coins, what will happen eventually is when regulation comes in, um, there's going to be a point where being anonymous is not going to fly anymore. So, eventually they will have to do some of these things as well, like this. Okay. Okay, so that's developers. And then let's take a look at the ecosystem. Explore and understand XYO 2.0. Okay. So what I'm looking for on the website, right, is I'm looking for their team. Okay, so they'll allow you to build on GitHub. Okay. Let's scroll down here. Contact support, resources, partners. Oh, let's take a look at their partners. Interesting. So they have careers, terms, privacy, but they don't have their team. So with the teams, then you may have to look at it through their LinkedIn because we found those names. Remember, guys, this is how I found the team name, right, on Live Coin Watch. So for those who didn't see what I do, when you go on livecoinwatch.com, right, and then you scroll here, right here, they have all their social media that Live Coin Watch has. So they have their Medium, they have their GitHub, their Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, Reddit, their website, and then XYOX. That might be something that they have. So this is the team, right? So if I weren't able to find the team, guys, and I'm not going to do this live, but then what I would do is I would Google these people. Why? I'm trying to see what their credentials are, how long they've been in the crypto space, etc. Okay. This is all part of the research that I like to do when I'm looking at a project like this, okay? Because typically what you would like to see is that they have their team somewhere on the website as well. Because once again, I know to people, they're saying, well, and I learned this from the Empire CEO, Dula. I know Dula likes to say, if the team is doxed, it doesn't mean crap. But to me, it does. Why? Because it just it allows me to be able to see what, who is who. Although I know for some people, they're saying it doesn't mean anything. I think to me, if you look at all the projects, we know Ethereum is Vitalik Buterin. We know ADA is Charles Hoskinson's, right? We know XRP is Jet McCaleb and them, okay? So just some things, right? But I know that, once again, not everybody cares about these things. But if I'm looking at a project like that, like this, I like to look at the team, once again, because of the fact that you want to see their background in regards to their tech background experience. And also it tells you, one of the biggest things why I look at the team guys is it tells you if they've been able to be successful before in other crypto projects or other endeavors, okay? Let's go to the about. And so, yeah, XYO token, I've heard of it. And also, like I said, I'm not super duper familiar with it. So I appreciate you, Taste the Truth, for bringing that up. Is there a particular, I guess I'm curious, is there a particular reason why you got into the token? Let me know in the chat what made you attracted to this token. Because I'm always curious to know why people like to go in a certain token, or what attracted you to this token, okay? So overall, guys, what do I think of this token? I mean, seriously, I would have to do more research on it, but from what I see right now, the tokenomics look good to me. The white paper, they have a white paper that is, very detailed. And once again, obviously, I'm live, so I'm just skimming this. What I would do is, if I were to do more research, which I'm planning to do on this, is once again, I would do a deeper dive into looking at the team, and then I would compare it to similar projects of its ilk to see if there's a project that is already doing it and how XYO might be doing it differently. Okay. So overall, though, I don't have anything negative to say about this project. And what I would say, though, like I said, I like the white paper. Their website, it looks like they have different things for developers to look at, as well as their ecosystem to explore. The only thing that I would love to see more is, like I said, I would love to know more about the team, and that's something that I would do on my own time to research. But you know what, guys? Once again, everybody researches differently. And the main part about the research is you want to familiarize yourself with the project as much as you can, right? As I said before, with meme coins, a lot of people, they're not going to reveal who they are, but with meme coins, there's still telling signs too that you can research. Harry S says, what about Volt Inu? Yeah, you know what? I like Volt. I've talked about Volt before. So Volt Inu, I'm not gonna lie, they were supposed to come out earlier with this Volti thing, right? I forgot what was it, Volti chain, if I'm not mistaken. And let's go to the new address. So yeah, I do like Volt Inu. I think Volt Inu has a very bullish community. And I do think that Volt, last time I checked, they had something, I forgot what it was, but they had, and I talked about it on YouTube. I think it was Volti chain something, right? That they were coming out with, okay? And that's something that I liked about Volt Inu, because any coin that is a meme coin that is trying to add utility, to me, that's important. I like to factor that in, right? So Volt Inu, let's take a look. Because I remember, I'm not going to lie, guys, when Volt Inu first came out. Wait, it's Volt Inu V3? Harry S, is that right? Did they come out with the V3? So you're telling me that I'm old now with the V2? Dang, okay, so they remigrated a third contract, huh? Is that, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So you're telling me I'm holding old Volt then? Because I know I got Volt 2.0, but now they moved to Volt 3? That's crazy. That is not, see, I didn't know that. Okay. But yeah, so once again, guys, so with Volt, of course, Volt Inu, you know, this is a meme coin that came out in 2021. And let's take a look at the white paper, because I didn't know that Volt changed, right? And by the way, for transparency, I do hold a little Volt, not a lot, not a lot. Okay, and here's something else, guys, that I want you to be aware of. I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? Guys, the biggest advice I can tell you when it comes to meme coins is don't rely on me, okay? What I mean by that is this. Because there's so many coins, you guys have to understand, like, I look at literally hundreds of coins a day that people, you know, send me on my Telegram group. If you're part of Patreon, you get access to that. Or people that DM me these coins, right? One thing that I always tell people is the onus of knowing what's going on with your coins is going to be on you. So what does that mean? So the responsibility of knowing the updates, right? What is happening with your coins, you should know about that. The easiest way to do that is follow them on Twitter or Telegram, because then when they update it, you will know, okay? Now, me, I own a little bit of Volt Inu, nothing crazy. And so one thing I like about their white paper is very colorful, right? And so Volti change, okay. So I was right. So Volti change was something that was supposed to come out, and then but the website was having a lot of, hold on, let me close these. Volti change was having a lot of hiccups. So I haven't checked that out in a bit, but let's take a look at Volt Inu's Telegram real quick. And once again, guys, anybody have any questions or want me to look at a coin or anything like that, just type it in the chat. I promise I will get to them, okay? It's 30 degrees, guys. This is what I would be doing. Usually I would have a little bit of jazz music going on. I would have something in the background, some music. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on 1 second. So as you guys can see, I'm following Volt Inu on Twitter already. Okay. And by the way, anybody who wants to follow me on Twitter to hear my rambling musings, my handle on Twitter is SoloTV84. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at Volti change, because that one was a big one that they came out with. The Telegram bot finally making DeFi fast and convenient for every crypto user after months of blood, sweat, and tears. So one thing I do like about Volt, you notice how their Twitter's, you know, active. This one was posted on October the 7th, and notice how they already have the links all set up, right? This is great. This makes it easier to, you know, click and process through. So that they're I said Telegram, excuse me, the X.com or Twitter. So they've been very active, okay? Now, I wonder what happened with Volti change, like I said. And guys, forgive me if you see any stuff like that. This is an advertisement. I'm not here. I promise you guys, I'm not looking at this. This is an advertisement, okay? Block this out, because sometimes they be just coming out, like I said, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy like that. Twitter be crazy like that, man. You got to block people because, and you guys know, if you've been on Twitter, man, you sometimes you see something you don't want to see, okay? And so, you know, I block that out because I don't want you guys thinking, yo, that's what I be doing on Twitter, because God knows that's not what I be on. So, Harry S, but Harry S, do you know when Vault version 3 came out? Let me know, okay? Okay, so looking at their Twitter or their X.com, I mean, they're very active, which is good, right? And so the reason why you want to look at that, guys, is because once again, if especially with the meme coin, when you go on their social media, and the active they are, and it's not just meme coins, but you want to see actual postings of stuff that they're doing, whether it's upgrading the project, whether they're having you know, open AMAs, stuff like that. You want to see that, okay? Because some of these meme coins, you don't see anything posted on their Twitter for months. And to me, that's a red flag. I just got to be honest, okay? Meme coins keep fun going in space. They're the ones capable, blah. And even if it's just something random like this post, you know, you want active engagement, that is cool. Okay, so looks like they've got to try the new AI voice changer. Okay, that's not them, that's something else. Okay. Right? And so one thing I would like to see more of those postings of updates on the project itself. But you know, social media wise, they're active. And like I said, I've been on hold on one second here. I've been, like I said, I've been on, I am a Volt hodler, but I didn't know they changed over to V3. Okay. And once again, let me double check here. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so also the Volt card, and this is their website. And so, yeah, guys, I mean, when I look at something like this, Harry S., right? Volt is a good project. Like I said, I am in Volt already, so I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I do remember when they were trying to come up with Change, it was glitching a lot. So this is their own like little DEX, so to speak. Okay, and I'm not gonna connect my wallet, but you know, I might try it out because this is supposed to help keep gas fees down, right? If I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, I mean, let's take a look at Volti card here. So I do have to keep, and this is another thing. And I know that it's not an excuse, but I follow so many projects that there's sometimes projects go through the cracks because, you know, you guys know how it goes. Volt was the project everybody was talking about earlier. Everybody was talking about Volt earlier this year, right? People were talking about Volt also in 2021, earlier this year. But then look at what happened. Pepe came out of nowhere. Now all of a sudden, people don't want to talk about Volt or Sheba Inu anymore, except for people who care about Volt or Sheba Inu or their own project. And so everybody wants to talk about Pepe, right? It's better to be the master of one coin than to be the peasant of many coins. Let me say that again. It's better to be the master of one coin than to be the peasant of many coins. What do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is if you really like a coin, and I don't care if it's Volt, Inu, Shiba, XRP, XYO, I don't care. You should know that coin inside and out, meaning that you study that coin from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? You know that coin so good that when you're in the Telegram group, they know who you are. That when it's time to do a raid on Twitter, they know who you are. That's what I mean by being a master of one coin, okay? And it's also a coin that, you know, you educate yourself on fully. And then you also, what that would then entail too is that's probably the coin that you hold the most of too, right? The problem what happens is, well, when you become a peasant of mini coins is, and I've been there, guys. I've been there. I'm speaking from experience. When you become a peasant of mini coins is then you spread yourself too thin. What do I mean by that? So what it means is that when there's something that happens, like you guys can see, I'm a Volt holder, right? So how come I don't know that Volt V3 just came out or that's already been out? If I would have known that, then, you know, that wouldn't surprise me. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. There are a couple coins that I'm definitely well versed on, you guys know, but I'm not going to hold you guys. So that's my advice. But yeah, Harry S., just to really reiterate really quickly, I like Volt, no issues. I'm going to have to do more research on what happened with Volt 2.0, why they went to Volt 3. I wonder if I'll be able to even switch over, or if it's too late. I'm not sure. And once again, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to post it in the comments or the chats. I will read all of them, I promise. Okay? I promise you guys that. Taste the Truth says, I was looking into AMP and I ran across Jasmy and XYO and looked interesting. I plan on doing my research. Yeah, you know what? I like AMP. AMP is a coin that I actually was in, but I sold. But I think that I'm definitely going to try to get back into it, because I think that AMP, in regards to utility for being used in retails and businesses, AMP is definitely going to be one of those coins. And if I'm not mistaken, AMP was also, there was some sort of a conversation regarding XRP, but like I said, I would have to look at that. Jasmy coin, that is a coin too that I've talked about on Patreon. I haven't talked about Jasmy publicly, to my knowledge, but Jasmy coin too is a coin. And matter of fact, I would have to brush up on Jasmy, because I haven't looked into that coin in a minute. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on, let me read the next question. And thank you, Taste the Truth, for being patient as I'm, looking at these things over. L Selector says, and hold on, let me hit this water. Trendsetter, I get SBF vibes from Charles and Ada. Nothing's going on in Ethiopia with that project. You know what, L Selector? You know why I don't think, oh man, bro, you really had to compare Charles to SBF? Dang, bro, that's brutal. You know why I don't believe that? The reason why I like Charles, and I've mentioned this before, L Selector, and by the way, we can, and I'm not mad at you for the comment, bro. I just want you to know we can disagree, but let me explain why. Charles Hoskinson, to my knowledge, is the only crypto CEO of a top 10 crypto that is active on YouTube on a regular basis. I don't see anybody else that active where he's having AMAs with his community, right? Now, I find it interesting that you compare him to SBF, because everybody forgets that Ethereum, every time Ethereum has a rollout or an upgrade, they're always late as well. But for some reason, Ethereum gets a pass for that, right? Ethereum gets a pass. Remember when they had that one, was it the EI something upgrade? And we all thought it was going to reduce gas fees, right? That upgrade came late. And then, of course, come to find out later, that was a misconstrued talking point, that it didn't help with the gas fees. And make no mistake, the next bull run, unless they figure out a way to reduce those gas fees, imagine, I was watching a YouTuber, right, by the name of, I forgot his name. His name is Matt. That's his first name. Shout out to him. But he was talking about on a video where he was trying to cash out $900 of Ethereum, and the gas fee was like $908, right? I do think that L Selector, that ADA, I think one thing I like about ADA is that ADA takes their time with rolling out their upgrades, and the development has shown to increase. Why? I can show it to you. Because there's been more developers using ADA now compared to 2 years ago. Okay, but I don't know if I would put Charles Hoskinson with SBF. I mean, damn, bro, that's kind of harsh. I think that Charles is very meticulous when it comes to that, rolling out upgrades. And unfortunately, that can be a detriment, because if you've been a patient hodler like myself, who's been holding ADA for nearly 3 years now, you want to see that. Now, in regards to what's going on with Ethiopia, L Selector, do you have any more information on that? I would have to look into that. But I am familiar with what you're talking about with the Ethiopia. What ADA is doing, or what they're supposed to be doing, is rolling out a digital ID for the school children in Ethiopia. So it'd be very interesting to see what's going on. Maybe I can Google and see what's going on, but I would have to do more research, right? And yeah, I know that there's been a lot of with ADA. I've been talking about with ADA. I've been talking about ADA a lot on Patreon because I do think that ADA will have a good, run up. Okay, so it says that it's live. This is an article here. Let's take a look at that. But let me know. And once again, guys, if you have any questions or anything, type it in the chat. I will get to that. I promise you that. I will get to that. Okay. I'm just looking at this now. Let me just take a look at here. So at this article, it does say it's live. So L Selector, if you're still in the chat, let me know. Is it flopping? Is that why you're concerned? Because it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, And once again, let me just say this about ADA, because I know I'm defending ADA right now, but Charles got to put his mouth where his money is, because Charles gives a lot of people flack for calling them scam coins or coins with no utility and whatnot. But Charles, we got to keep it real. Charles, you got to, come out with it. Now with the ADA thing, oh wow. I didn't let me see this here. Hold up, guys. Let me pull up the article. Can you guys see the article? Let me know. Let me know, guys, if you can see the article. Okay, so my computer just froze up on me. Bear with me. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello? Hello? Okay, so my computer. Huh. Bear with me, guys. Okay, that's weird. So my computer froze up on me, okay? But let's see if I can get it to work. And obviously, we got to get rid of these internet demons, man, for real. So bear with me. Okay, so I got tired of waiting. Yeah, guys, hold on one second. For some reason, my computer just froze on me. Can you still hear me? Hold on. Is my mic still working? Am I still live? Hold on one second. Hello? Can you still hear me? Okay, my Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. All right, guys. Not sure what that's about. Like I said, StreamYard be acting up. Internet just be doing goofy stuff sometimes. So I apologize, guys. Let's go back. Let's see if I can pull. Yeah, everyone left. Yeah, it happens. Let's go back to this article regarding Cardano and Ethiopia. And Harry S. I'm gonna make you a mod, bro. Just let me know if you can hear me, because I do need that moderator feedback. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate you for Harry S. Yeah, I'm making you a mod because you you didn't leave, bro. You didn't leave, so I appreciate that. You didn't leave. Okay, guys, let's get back to this real quick, and I apologize sincerely. So, according to critics, the government has opted for its digital ID system after it got tired of waiting for Cardano's development team, as they were too slow. Hoskinson described the claim as slanderous, saying the Ethiopian government currently uses Cardano ID solution. The Cardano founder agreed that Ethiopia has different ID systems in operation. However, he clarified that the contract was with the Ministry of Education, MOE, aka MO, which was never intended to be a nation-scale ID system. Instead, it was a credential management system specifically designed for students rather than a comprehensive identification system for an entire nation. Yeah, I thought that was understood. Right? Okay. So, all right. Let me know. Can you guys see the screen? I know you guys say you can hear me. Let me just, okay, perfect. Let me make this bigger too so you guys can see. So this article I'm reading by investing.com. For those who want to know, this article came out earlier in March of 2023 and was last updated March 16th. Okay, so Charles says the Mo deal was never a nation-scale ID system. It's a credential management system for students. It can plug into an ID system or be upgraded to one. Furthermore, Hoskinson stated that the student ID system could be part of more extensive management in the future, although it was not initially designed for that purpose. Additionally, Hoskinson said the system is live. It is expected to cover 1 million students before the end of 2023. Okay, so I mean, this was March and we're in October. So is it now doing it? So let's go scroll down to an article then that came out in July. Okay, so about 4 months later. And let's see what this article has to say, because this is definitely big news and I can't believe I missed this. Social governance is an ambition that Ethiopia strives to achieve. I'm sure that might, okay, let's continue. Okay. Yeah, guys, so I guess it's not live. I mean, and there's no updates, because this is just talks about the concerns. But what about the updates? Hold on one second here. Now, shout out to El Selector, man. Now he got me going on this rabbit hole. So yeah, no, El Selector. So once again, El Selector's point is valid. So I mean, it does mention in the investing.com article that the IOHK, which is part of Cardano, they're too slow. And once again, okay, so the generative AI, yes, the Ethiopian government company on the blockchain have partnered to create a national blockchain. Okay, that was 2021, so that was announced as national. But I know for me, from what I remember, that was just based for students, right? And really, there's no updates on this, so that's not good. So I would be very interested to hear what Charles has to say about that, because that was one of the biggest, that was one of the net positives for Cardano in regards to utility, right? That they were being used in Ethiopia for student IDs. But there's no news. And then they said that they were supposed to be active by the end of 2023. I mean, you can't, it's October 28th now. I don't know. I mean, are they waiting until, December 31st? What's going on here? Okay, so talking about Cardano will be the biggest cryptocurrency in the world. Yeah, guys. So there's no updates on that, which is so that's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of disappointing. That Cardano does get that resolve, because that's not just a good look for Cardano, but also the whole crypto space as well. But yeah, L Selector, I know L Selector is left. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Cardano can get it together, right? And once again, people have to remember we are in the early days here, so of crypto. So unfortunately, with the tech, right, we're still working in regards to that scalability factor, so that it can be utilized by the masses. But unfortunately, this is not a good look. I'm not going to be disingenuous or anything like that. But I still believe in Cardano, because I know from everything that I've seen and read, the white paper and things like that, I still like the project. I just hope that they would be able to get that resolved. Any other questions, guys? Let me scroll up. Anybody else have any questions or anything like that? Okay, let's see what Harry S said. Because I mean, like I said, since I'm looking at coins, so might as well just go ahead, right? He says, "Don't remember." So Harry S, you still talking about Volti change or Volt NU? Excuse me, right? Volti change is the DEX for Volt NU. Let me clarify. But Volt NU, yeah, I think Volt will do well in the next bull run. I guess I'm just surprised that they changed over to a V3. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I said, I mean, Volt is one that I have, but I don't really, it's in one of those wallets that I don't check a lot, and that's not an excuse, right? But that's one of the biggest things, guys. I want people to know is that, hey, when you're in a project, right? You especially with these meme coins, you gotta watch these meme coins, because there's some meme coins that all of a sudden I look, whatever happened to Fag Token? Remember y'all remember Fag Token? Fag Token was one that came out too in 2021, and I guess that they went kaput, because I checked my that wallet yesterday actually, and they went like, the Fag Token is and you guys know how I feel about Satama. Not gonna lie, a lot of those coins, man. Fag Token was one of those too that I was really bullish on, and then what happened to Fag Token? Just one of those things. Have you heard about Pulse Chain? Yes, that's the one that Richard Hart deals with. I've heard about Pulse Chain. I did not get involved. You know, I don't know what's up with Richard Hart. I haven't heard about Richard Hart in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pulse Chain, I don't, like I said, I'm not really, I don't know. I'm just not, you know, I'm just not, because to me it just sounds like, from what I understand, you know, it's just kind of like you're copying the other coins and then making your own chains. But once again, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, with Richard Hart, I do hope that he gets that SEC case resolved, because, you know, the SEC went after a lot of people. You know, Feg token. Did Feg change their contract, or what did they do? Or did they go to a new version? I mean, so their Twitter is still active. So I don't know. Maybe I'm carrying the V1 version. And that's another thing, guys. Like I said, so, you know, with some of these coins, you know, you not some, but with these coins, you always want to be active. Like I said, Feg was one. Okay, so Feg token did go. Hold on, they did get a new contract. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these coins in 2021 got new contract. And Fed was one of those ones that, oh, and this new contract isn't even, one second here. Did they move to a V3 as well? Oh, yeah, so they're at a V3. Yeah. Yeah, that coin, yeah, looks like Feg is, yikes. Yikes, that doesn't look good. But yeah, I bought the original Feg back in 2021 when it did well. Once again, I had it in a Memecoin wallet that I stored some memes, and I didn't check it. I don't check it a lot, to be honest, because a lot of these memes are down 99%. You know, Wakanda Inu is like, I bought that for, you know, a little under $100. Now it's worth 15 cents. The only token that are doing well in this one is where I have a little bit of uh, Empire, and then some Bone. Oh, I have Floki. I didn't know I had Floki. Oh, okay, I didn't know I had Floki. Okay, I mean, I got the Bnb version of Floki. Okay, I didn't know I had Floki. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I got another coin called Shack. This coin is worth 35 cents. Woo! Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Hex, to be honest with you, Harry. Yes, I'm just not a big fan of Hex, and it's not because I'm not a fan of Richard Hart. I think Richard Hart is smart. I just I'm just not a fan of Hex. Their community to me is obnoxious, I think, to be honest with you, because they used to come on my channel and troll and be disrespectful, so I don't really care for them. I just get a lot of BitConnect vibes from the Hex community. So I don't really rate them like that. You know, I don't have anything against the project per se itself, but the community to me is obnoxious. And that's just my dealings with them on social media and stuff like that. You know, it is what it is. I think that everybody can be bullish in your community, but don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful, because you guys know me. You know, I know Jesus said turn the other cheek, but sometimes, bro, I like to go eye for an eye, man. Old Testament style. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, God forgive me, but I'm just being honest, man. But I mean, listen, if the project, if you believe in a project, hey, I'm not gonna knock anybody, you know what I'm saying, for believing in a project. I mean, with the Hex situation, if you are in that project, I'm not gonna disrespect your project, bro. Because at the end of the day, I think that you can make money on any project if the depending on the conditions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Harry. Yes, and like I said, I just get big connect vibes, and you know, it is what it is. I just it'll be very interesting. I mean, how it'll do. I mean, obviously, it's one that I see sometimes on my Atomic Wallet blurb a lot when it comes for because it's very volatile, a lot of losses, and then sometimes it goes up and down and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, guys. I'm if anybody else has any more questions on any coins, let me know. Or if you have any questions in general, let me know. Because like I said, guys, I'm here for you guys. I've already been here for almost 2 hours, so why not? And also, guys, make sure don't sleep. Let me plug in the Patreon once again. The Patreon guys, I'm very active right now because of the fact that we are in very bullish conditions, right? So to support the Patreon, make sure to hit the link that I posted in the chat. Just type the latest videos, the Daniel Files, which is a new type of style video where we go into more speculative, futuristic content, but with a spiritual lens. Okay, so that goes into some of the prophetic type of words that have been spoken with some of these, not just cryptos, but also situations. And then also, guys, my latest PDF guide is the 10 best staking cryptos, which you'll only find exclusively on Patreon as well. It's a PDF guide to help you do your research, okay, and whatnot. So that is out there as well, okay? So you guys want to make sure to okay, guys. So you guys want to make sure to be plugged into the Patreon. I will be coming with more videos, guys. I do think that as we move closer to the holidays, it's gonna get more volatile. It's gonna get more interesting in the crypto space as well. So you guys want to make sure to tune in. I sincerely, guys, I sincerely apologize with this. Once again, it's StreamYard, guys. Or it could be my internet, or maybe I think it's a combination of both. So I do apologize for the technical hiccups, guys. Trust me, I'm working on this continuously. But yeah, guys, I think it's exciting. I think that 2024 is going to be a very interesting year, and I do hope, guys, that we finish 2023 strong, right? But like I said, it'll be very interesting to see what'll happen the first week of November. Will crypto stand strong, or is it going to crash and fall apart, right? So it'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, guys, like I said, I will be coming out with more content, talking about different coins, talking about different news and things like that, because I really, like I said, on this channel, I don't just want to, it's not just about, oh, hype, hype, hype. I do want to give people relative information, not just in regards to the news, but also information regarding the markets from a informative standpoint that you can utilize, right? Because sometimes with a lot of channels, it comes into like where they turn into hype beasts. And like I said, I've done it too. I'm not going to be disingenuous. I've done it as well. But my main thing is you know what? I'm going to draw you in with the fancy stuff, and then I'm going to give you the real substance when you stick around, the food, the things that are going to, edify you, to give you really good information on this crypto thing. Because I do think right now, if you are in the crypto space and you are positioning yourself now, then you will be in a perfect place in the bull run. Because guys, make no mistake, I know that we have less than 10 people watching, but I assure you when the bull run happens, whenever that may be, 2024, 2025, 2026, whenever it happens, right? There will be people that you will know personally, or some even yourself, where you're going to be like, man, I wish I would have bought more of this coin, or I wish I would have had more faith and gone more in on this, okay? And so this is one of the reasons why I'm making videos like this, is because one thing that I've learned from all my millionaire mentors is that the millionaires are made in the bear market. Why? Because they're positioning themselves for the bull run to reap the rewards. It's like a harvest, right? You know that the harvest, you plant the seeds, and then when the season comes, you reap the rewards of the seed, okay? So that's what people have to understand. I know, like, people, it just seems like, oh, the bull run happened so long. Guys, the bull run was 2 years ago, guys. We had 2 bull runs in 2021. Remember? We had the run from, September to May, September of 2020 to May of 2021. And then we had the run of, October to November of 2021. It was just 2 years ago that we've been in this famine season, or this King Nebuchadnezzar season, as I like to call it, right? And I know it sucks. It stings a lot. Trust me, guys. I know it sucks. To wake up and you look at your portfolio, it's down 90%. It sucks, because then you start to replay things in your mind, right? And I'm being very honest with you. There were certain coins that I wish I would have taken profit on, right? Empire Token, I never touched it. Never touched it. And my wallet, gone, right? And that's one of the reasons why, guys, this bull market, this bear market, right, is my second bear market. The first one was 2018-19. And obviously 2020 was a bear. Well, 2020 was from the bear to the bull. I mean, the first half was a bear, and then the second half was a bull, right? And I learned a lot. The mistakes that I did, guys, was the biggest mistake was that I was not paying attention the way that I should, because you become disheartened with the crypto market. You become, I don't want to use the word bitter, but you kind of become, disheartened with it, because you're just like, you know what I mean? Because the bear market can be very discouraging. And, there's still people making money in the bear market, right? There's still certain coins that are pumping this and that. And in the bear market, it's tough. I know that, if you're in Sheba right now, who's in Sheba, but you're not in Pepe, then yeah, you probably feel some type of way to see Pepe just come out of nowhere and do well, right? I get that. Or you see Flaky just do crazy numbers. And if you're in Volt, you were wondering, where were these numbers at when Volti change came out, right? I totally understand that. And you know what? There's a season for everything, right? Just like it says in the Bible, there's a season to sow, right? Right now is a season where you really look at the market and then you position yourself. And the thing about it is that I do think that there will be opportunities if, you feel like, I missed out, or, that you can get some lower numbers. I do think so. But I think right now, for people that are in this crypto space right now, this is the best time to be in the space, because now you can position yourself. So then when things do start to run up, because remember, the halving, we are 6 to 9 months away from the halving, right? The halving is going to happen anywhere as early as April, as some people expect, all the way until possibly, or it could possibly, begin in June or July. And then we know, historically speaking, once the halving happens, that's when crypto goes kaboom, So right now, if you are in crypto before the halving and you are really, you're not just have a strategy in place, right? Do you have a strategy for your meme coins? Do you have a strategy for your blue chip coins? Do you have a strategy for short-term holding and long-term holding? Do you have a strategy not just for profit-taking points, but also a strategy for, you know, how are you going to exit ramp? Do you have a strategy for your taxes, right? Right now, this is the time to be thinking about things like that and have a strategy like that. So when bull run comes, guys, the only thing you're going to be worried about is just cashing out. Because make no mistake, when the bull run happens, and we've seen this before, if this is your second or third bull run, you're going to see people just come out of nowhere, FOMO in, and they're going to look left and right, and they don't know what they're doing, right? Because they're just getting into the, they're going to be just getting into the market, and they don't understand how things work. They don't understand how the market works. They don't, you know, they don't understand how, you know, things go up and things go down, right? So I think that right now is the best time to position yourself. It's the best time to learn, and it's the best time to start implementing or creating a strategy for any situation, whether it's the bull run. If you're looking out long term, make a strategy for the bull run, or for the interim, make a strategy from here until Q1 or even Q2 of 2024. You know, it's always good to have a strategy. So that way, no matter what happens, you're not caught off guard because you have a strategy in place. And when I talk about strategy, I'm talking about planning. Okay? Anyway, guys, I do appreciate you guys. I apologize for the computer issues. I know that took away from the live stream a bit. And, you know, I will be coming out with more videos. And that's all I got to say. I mean, God bless you, and more videos coming out. If you're on the Patreon, you know, more content coming out on the daily basis, more PDF guys, more Daniel files and other content like that. Because like I said, we're in an era now, guys, where we literally, some of us, if we position ourselves, and by the grace and mercy of God, we can be millionaires and beyond. And we can really make a difference, not just in our family and in our lineage, but we can also make a difference in our communities and also globally to make a difference. But it's up to us to you know, stand the course, and it's up to us to be faithful, not just in regards to sowing and putting the money in the right projects, but also to understand the times that we are in, just like the sons of Issachar, shout out to them, but also understand when we're dealing with the news and with FUD, and how to respond, and not just respond in a panicky manner or respond in a chaotic manner. Because make no mistake, guys, 2024, in my heart of hearts, and I don't say this lightly, I do think that we are going to be looking at some chaotic events happening in this world. And for those people that are ready and positioned, those people, you know, you will see the storm. On your right hand, you might see 1,000 fall. On your left, 1,000. And I may have butchered that, but it's not going to come near you, you know? So at the end of the day, I think that this is my most important part, that I want to get people prepared. You know, what happens if banks were to fail? Do you have enough food for, you know, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or even 1 week? If banks were to fail next week, do you have enough food? If electricity were to fail, do you have a backup generator? Do you have a backup plan? You know, and I know these are topics that people don't want to hear. These are very heavy. This is not fun. Oh, we just talk about 1,000x. We don't care about that. Talk about 100x. But if you're paying attention to what's going on globally right now, and see what's going on in the world, what's going on in Israel, what's going on with, you know, over in Russia and things like that, you know, and then also you had a guy that just came out. His name, let me find his name. This guy just really came out, and I gotta make a video on this too. But this guy came out yesterday, or Richard Werner, right? Who is a banking development economist who worked for the WF, right? and he's talking about they're coming out with the CBDCs and how they already had the technology ready to go in 2015, and that it's like a rice grain, guys, that they can put in the palm of your hand, right? And then you already realize that we're already in the last days, like, and it's scary, bro. It's scary. You look at that, the technology for the mark of the beast. He said they already had it ready in 2015, and I posted it in the Telegram group. So if you're part of the Patreon, you know I'm not capping. But then you also hear about AI and stuff. Remember, guys, that I don't know if I made a video. Wait, I did a short where now you have AI preaching at churches. That is crazy. You have AI. This church in Germany, of all places, they gave a church service. So now we're moving into a different era, and I think people really think that they don't understand how this technology is going to scale ridiculously fast. It's going to make your head spin, because you're talking about technology that would take typically 100 years or 200 years to roll out, and we're going to see that happening within the next 10 years. It'll be months. So what I'm saying is, like, where it used to be like, a technological advancement that can happen in a year, now you're going to have, you're going to have like 100, 200, 300 years rolling out in 1 year. It's going to be insane. And people don't understand that, or they think it's a joke, but that's the era that we're headed to. All right, guys. Well, I got to leave. God bless you. And I'm out.
That's the era that we're headed to.
So, that we're out.
All right, guys. Well, I got to leave.
Yeah, it's a heavy word, but, I mean, like I said, I just want people to be